We're gonna just wait a few minutes before LinkedIn will catch up. Thank you everyone for joining us today. It's been a while since I went live, so let me see how it's working. Another minute, even less. So I think it went live. Usually it takes few seconds before LinkedIn and Facebook are adapting. There's a delay about it. So not sure how many people joined today, but happy to talk to everyone. The idea today is to share a bit of my experience from TEDx, and also we can watch the review together. So I'll share the link, and everybody will click on the link on the YouTube link, and we'll watch together and see how it goes. I hope it will also spark the algorithm to have YouTube promoting the video more. It was definitely a very interesting experience for me. It's a 4 months of learning and progression as well. We had meetings every 2 weeks with our team and with the coach. There was 12 speakers initially in Denver, and we are very lucky to have a coach. Tanya was amazing, very straightforward, very to the point, a bit of a sticker shock in the beginning on the approach, but definitely something I like, definitely something that resonated with me. And then every 2 weeks, we had an assignment of writing our speech, understanding our book, understanding how we're going to connect to people. The entire idea about our TEDx speech and the way we approached it was to see how people that have a very short attention span, that most of us, that watching reels, watching shorts, will be able to be glued to the screen for 8 minutes. So how we can capture your attention and your energy to be with us. And it helped me to change the way I communicate because usually in the presentation of 20, 30, 40 minutes, I ask questions. I ask people to think about it. But in this case, if I ask you a question or I'll let you to thinking about something or imagine something, you're going to be missing part of my speech. You're going to be missing part of what I need to talk about it. And then you're going to miss the entire progression because the entire speech was done on how to connect to you, how to bring the problem, how I kind of went to the problem, understand the problem, how do I find a solution, give you the solution, provide you something to do, and then later on closing the speech. So the idea was to have you be there with me. I don't know if you can comment or not. I see comments here a bit. Okay, actually, you can comment as well. So what we're gonna do next is first of all, we have questions. Please ask your questions. I'm gonna share the link, and please go on YouTube, watch the video. I'm gonna watch it and wait for you. And we have any questions after that, please ask the questions. Give me 1 second. Oh, so if I put a banner, this is the URL where you can go to and find the link. But let me also load a slide. So if you click, so there's a few ways to do it. Actually, let me remove the banner. If you can scan the QR code, if you're afraid of scanning a QR code because you're a security person, you can type the tiny URL or you can type the entire YouTube. But I checked the QR code, it's working for me, and there is no malicious software there. So what I'm asking you right now is please scan the QR code or go to URL, watch for 8 minutes. I'm going to be quiet a bit for the next 7 minutes. And if you have any questions, I would love to answer any of the questions. Reload is the key. Thank you, Clifford. So it's a bit of experiment. I actually never done something like that. I can also click to watch here, but the entire idea is that we all watch together on our devices. And I hope the YouTube algorithm will pick up what's happening and understand what needs to be done. So let's begin. I hope you click the link. If you have any questions, please ask the questions. I'm not sure if it's going live on Facebook or if it's going live. It is going live on LinkedIn. I know. I think it's going live on Facebook, and I think it's going live on YouTube as well. Let's see. Yep. Okay. I'm going to be quiet for the next 7 minutes. Think by this time you should probably done watching. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you. Please definitely send this to your friends and family if you like what you saw. It's quite hard to promote our work right now, so if it's possible, definitely will appreciate this. And if you have any questions about the topic, if you have any questions about the entire framework, there is definitely much more to not just box breathing and anchoring. I think the anchoring part is quite important, and the idea is to do it daily. So if you think about that, you have three components: is the box breathing itself, is the idea to do it daily, to slowly get it into your body, and then the anchoring, the feeling in the end as well. It slowly build momentum and create something important. But there's other parts. It's not just that. It's the idea of how many focus points you can have in your brain, what you can do, how busy is your brain. Can be free your brain from clutter, if you may say this, and let it focus on the important part. And this could be breathing, delivery, talking to people, understanding eye contact, pitch, voice, and many, many other different things. So definitely happy to connect. Please follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn. If you want to connect privately as well, happy to do it as well. I hope you enjoyed the TEDx. It was a phenomenal experience for me. Not easy, but phenomenal experience for me. And if there's any questions, you can put here in the chat. I see majority of the chats. See Clifford here. Thank you very much. Leva and other. I don't know. How did you let me put your topic? How did you prepare for your first major public presentation? Oh, this is a good one. One of my first one was at Sector. It still was called a C magazine, probably about 7 years ago. And I had my slides. I reversed my slides. I presented the slides probably at least five, six, or 8 times ago in a row. I sometimes presented to people I know, or I put a teddy bear and presented to a teddy bear. But for me, it was a repetition. During this time, I still didn't realize the importance of being relaxed, the importance of that I don't need to remember everything. I don't need to stick to the slides because I know the material. If I forget something, I'll find my way. And it's more important to be relaxed and be into the flow, into the zone. And when you present later on, you realize that you're always going to alternate, you're always going to change something. And the next step was to learn to remove filler words, to slow down, to understand the audience, understand eye contact, quiet as well. Basically for saying that TEDx is one of his personal goals. Clifford for me as well, but I was never thinking when I'm gonna do it. And earlier this year, I realized, okay, this is the year I need to do it. I figured out this at the time, and I started the process. Oh, yeah, I'm asking about an app. Oh, this is a great idea. I was doing a bit of wipe coding, and I created an app that I completely forgot to tell about it. Thank you, Java. That basically help us to do box breathing. In If you want a guided app, then this is the app. I'll share the link in a second, where you can do box breathing with the app. There's many different apps on the market, but what I wanted to create is my own app where I can control some of the things. And for me, it was important to have a progression. So with my app, you can have a progression. I'm going to put a link here, and I'm going to also add a banner in a second. Let's create another banner. Here's a banner, and we'll put it here as well. Let me remove this part. So if you go to breatheflowsoftskills.ca, you will get to the app. It's a web app, but you can use box breathing. If you log in with Google, you will able to get more settings. So I usually start with 4 seconds, and then I progress to 6 seconds. So in a way, it's a warm up and then progression. Thank you. Any more questions? Advice for anyone who wants to present better video yourself. Wow. Some of the advices are actually in my book. If you go to my web page and get my book, there's quite a lot of ideas there. But some of the advice I will say is start recording yourself, start analyzing yourself, how you present, what you're missing, have somebody externally helping. Second, start doing some more presentation. And I think the most important part, start presenting on the topics you know really well. And it doesn't have to be your work. When I started doing podcasting, my first podcast was about extreme sports and not about cyber. This is the material I knew really well, and I felt much more comfortable talking about this. And in the end of the day, it didn't really matter how many people I get, it's more and more practice. And when I felt more confident, then I started podcasting about cyber, because in the beginning, I was really afraid if I say something wrong, what people will think and what other people' opinion will be. And then slowly you progress. Great. If there's no any other questions, feel free to connect. And thank you everyone for joining. And I'll see you soon.